All right, now this is a bit of an interesting story that has ruffled a lot of feathers in India. And this is what has happened. The Singaporean Prime Minister has slammed Indian lawmakers during a parliament session in Singapore. This is the Singaporean Prime Minister, where he was talking about the state of democracy around the world. And Prime Minister WION The World said that almost half the members in India's Lok Sabha have got criminal charges against them, including some very serious charges like that of rape and murder. Now, the parliament members in Singapore, the Prime Minister was in fact arguing about how democracies in fact work, and he also praised India's first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. He said that when nations become democratic, like in the case of India and a few other nations around the world, the first generation of leaders, the freedom fighters, were very passionate, people who were committed to principles. But then the Singaporean Prime Minister, as he was describing the state of the decline in democracies around the world, he singled out the Indian democracy, and he said that it is a case in point where many of the members of parliament in India, in fact, have criminal cases. This was the point that was highlighted by the Singaporean Prime Minister while he was addressing the Singaporean Parliament. Now, India was, of course, pretty quick to respond to this speech that was given by the Singaporean Prime Minister in his Parliament for calling out the criminal charges that the Indian members of Parliament face. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs in India said that the remarks by the Singaporean Prime Minister were simply uncalled for, and there was absolutely no necessity for the Singaporean Prime Minister to say what he did, even if it was true to a very large extent. And WION's principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibil has been tracking this story very closely for us and has sent us this report. Listen in.
On Thursday, India raised the matter of the Singapore Prime Minister mentioning about the criminal record of Indian MPs. Now, this had riled New Delhi, and India raised the matter with the Singaporean envoy here in Delhi. We know that India has been in the past and has stated, in fact, its policy that it doesn't like countries to comment on its internal matters. And in fact, sources told us that India, when it raised the matter, said that this remark by the Singapore Prime Minister was uncalled for. Previously, we know that when it comes to countries, in fact, the Organization of Islamic Cooperation recently raised matter relating to India's internal affairs, and India had strongly raised the matter, in fact, issuing a statement slamming OIC for repeatedly talking about various issues.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.